So, our final speaker. We've saved the best till last. Brent, what can I say about Brent Gove? What I will say is, so yesterday, Gene, what I took out of yesterday is his story about Mike Brody, the guy that encouraged Gene and said you can do it when everyone else was laughing. And everyone needs a Mike Brody. One of the points I wrote down for myself yesterday is I want to be a Mike Brody. I want to be the guy that looks in people's eyes and say, you can do it. Yeah, I want to be that person. And Brent, you've been that person to me. Yeah, I know you always say, I wish I could do more, I wish I could do more. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot to change someone's life. It just takes belief and love and care and knowing that you're there and getting on a plane and coming out to South Africa. And I don't know if you've had someone in your life where you sometimes sit back and you think, Lord, this person's a gift to me. I don't know why they love me. I don't know why they believe in me. I don't know why they care for me. They care for my family. I don't know why they're being so nice to me. That's been you to me, Brent. Thank you. So we all know how successful you are, but I want them to know you're a good human being and I love you and I'm grateful for you. So thank you, Brent.
Right, Steve Johnstone, everyone. Woo! This is awesome, man. Take a good look at who's in this room because 4 or 5 years from now, you'll go, do you remember when we met in Barcelona? There were just 2 rows of us, and now there's 500, and then it's going to be 5,000 because I've seen all of that come to pass, every bit of it. So I couldn't be more excited. So first thing I want everyone to do is we are videotaping this. So put your phones down. You don't get to videotape, but we'll give you a copy. Put it down. Put it down. You got it. I want everyone to grab a notepad. We'll pass them around in a pen. I have pens here. So make sure you have a notepad. Whoop! Look at that. Kept the water bottle. Who needs a notepad and a pen? Anybody need a notepad and a pen? We all have one. Everyone have a notepad and a pen. So here's the deal. It's vital that when you go to events, you take notes. A, it helps you focus, keeps your mind from wandering. B, great ideas are like slippery fish. If you don't stab them with the end of your pen, they get away. And then C, you teach what you learn, and you can't teach what you learn if you don't have notes. I have pages and pages and pages of notes on all of you. I put, at EXP, we climb together. We don't climb alone, right? And then I was so impressed, Sam. He's applying real estate the same way he does mountaineering. Very prepared for mountaineering, very prepared for real estate. I saw you that experience. That was fantastic. So number one, I want everyone to take notes. Just jot down what you hear. Scribble. My notes are just scribble. Then I take notes from my notes. And then I take action. Everyone write that down. Ready? Take action. You cannot be a professional seminar goer. You must, not kind of, sort of, maybe should. You absolutely must take action. Like it could be, I am going to get to know Nikki and Debs. I am going to co-sponsor with them. I'm going to do luxury with them. Or I'm going to get to know, Jorge, and I'm going to be doing business in Mallorca. We've all heard of Mallorca. I live halfway around the world. I've heard of Mallorca. And it's a famous place. And then we have our friend here from Germany who speaks German and has experience in the AI. Did I get that wrong? French, but you speak German.
She does.
Oh, I heard you did. So, I got confused. Anyways, yes. By the way, that cow picture's the most incredible picture ever. You with the cows. I loved it. So cute. So wonderful. But so you got to take action and you got to teach it. Like when you leave here, go back and gather 4 people and teach them what you heard from different people. Because then, you know who benefits most? It's not the students, it's the teacher. It inscribes it on stone on the tablet of your heart. What you teach, you pass on. And if you're not taking notes, here's what will happen. Next week, you go, how was it in Barcelona? It was great. It was great. It was such great people. I love them. They're so good. And you go, what'd they say? And you're like, I don't know, but it was great. I have this great feeling. You must take notes and you must take action. So when you leave here today, I want you to come up with 3 to 5 actionable items, not 35. 3 to 5 actionable items. Like, I'm going to make a TikTok. I'm going to reach out to Debs and ask her one more time how she did it. Humble yourself. If you don't reach out to people, you're a very proud person. Well, it's good to be proud. No, it's not. It's good to be humble. It's okay to ask for help. You're so proud you won't ask for help. I called Jean, Rob, and Sheila, the woman you saw up there, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day. My revenue share, my first month was $5,000 US. What's that convert to euro? 5,000 US. Roughly.
Maybe 500 less.
All right, so 4,500 euros. It's very similar. Okay. So the second month it was 10,000 euros. I'm just going to call it euros. By the fourth month it was 27,000 euros a month. Is that a little or a lot? By the fourth month. So what I'm about to teach you is very amazing and powerful if you will implement it. By my 13th month, it was 55,000 euros a month. Is that a little or a lot? How long have you lived? What investment do you have that pumps out 55,000 euros a month when you get out of bed? By the 17th month, 4 months later, it was 118,000 euros a month. Not a year, a month. Is that a little or a lot? I made 1.2 million euros my second year. My third year, I made 3.3 million euros. My fourth year, I made 5.1 million euros in the year. You added it up, right? 1, 3, 5. What is that? Within 4 years, I made about 8 million euros in 4 years. Is that good? Yeah. Write this down. Write this down. You get what you focus on. If you would like love, focus on love. If you'd like a great marriage, focus on a great marriage. If you want to be mad at your spouse, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, focus on what annoys you. You get what you focus on expands. And so always look for the good. Always. Catch yourself and say, no, I'm not going to be negative. If your sponsor quit, never talk about it again. Never talk about it again. It's not important. You know, if someone, don't talk about it. Talk about the good. Talk about the positive. You know, anybody ever heard the term throw up? You know, throw up? You ever been thrown up on? Yeah. It's throw up. It means if you're upset about something, talk to your sponsor. Talk to your sponsor. Talk to me. Talk to the executives at EXP. We got big, broad shoulders. We can handle it. But don't go across. It's not called throw across. It's not called throw down. Throw down is how you get in a fight. We're going to take the gloves off. We're throwing down. We're getting in a fight. You don't throw up on your group. You don't throw up on your friends. Maybe Nikki and Deb's here aren't your business, but you don't throw up on them. If you have something to say, make it amazing. I can promise you, get around me, you're going to feel better. Write this down. Be a room lifter. You come in the room. I don't know if you noticed me, but I walk in, I'm hugging people. I'm loving people. I'm not like that. You know, I take my children. I have 8 kids, all girls, except for 4 boys. So I have 4 girls, 4 boys. I teach them, hey, because some of them are outgoing. Some of them are shy. Some of them are analytical. Some are expressive. He's very organized. How many felt that from Sam? Very organized, very methodical, analytical. Some of them are sanguine, outgoing, life of the party. I teach everyone. You walk to someone and say, hey, my name's Brent Gove. What's yours? Samuel, nice to meet you. I give him a firm handshake. I look him in the eyes. I don't crush his hand. But they're like, well, Dad, I'm just not like you. I go, no, it's called manners. It's called going, Ollie, hey, good to see you, man. How are you?
Hey, I'm well, thank you.
I love you. And so you got to learn. It's you train your soul to, when I enter a Zoom room, I lift it. I'm like this. I don't sit there and watch my screen like this. I'm aware of my face. I watch like this. I don't know if you watched where you guys were speaking. I was smiling and nodding, and sometimes I was taking notes over here and doing different things. But I was smiling, I'm nodding, I'm going, yes, that's good. I'm engaging because I'm lifting the Zoom room. I'm lifting. When I walk in a room, I lift it. Nobody goes, oh, God, Brent's here. I make sure that they're glad to see me. Are you with me? In life, you're either a warning or you're an example. You're either a beacon of hope or you're a shadow of death. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, because greater is he that is in me than he is that in this world. And so I'm a beacon of hope. I'm a ray of sunshine. Wherever you are, whoever I meet, I'm going to lift them up. My wife and I recently went to a meal. We had horrible service. The waitress literally goes, here's your food, and walked off. Literally slammed it on the table. And we're like, what is going on? And we had done nothing. And I don't know what was going on, but we wrote her a note and said, hey, it's obvious you're having a hard day. And, we love you. We've all been there. And we left her $100 tip. $100 tip. And I don't know how she responded to it. It's not important. But we want her to know we care. Strangers care. If you only care for people because they join you at EXP, you got to care about someone when they stay at EXP. And when they go to IMC or some other place, cheer them on. I left Remax. I'm not a horrible person for leaving Remax. I went to Keller Williams. I left Keller Williams at the EXP. I'm not a horrible person for leaving EXP. And if you ever leave EXP, you're not a horrible person. God has an assignment for your life, and it may very well be at Century 21. And I'm okay with that. Because you got a life, you have a wife, a husband, kids, you have dreams, and I'm going to support you. You do not have to be at EXP to get my love. Because if so, I'm using you. Don't be a user. Be a giver. Be a life enhancer. There's well poisoners in life. You ever met a well poisoner? They leave and you're like, oh, I'm so glad they left. Or there's life enhancers. What's it going to be? Are you going to be a life enhancer? Or are you going to be a well poisoner? You have a decision to make. I made a decision many years ago that I was going to be a life enhancer. When people left me, they'd be better off. It's like when you go camping. My father taught me as a 7-year-old little boy, we leave the campsite what? Cleaner than we found it. We hike a trail, we see Doritos or a Coke can, we pick it up and we put it in our pocket, and we get to the trailhead, we throw it away. We leave the trail cleaner than we found it. We leave the campsite cleaner than we found it. We leave people cleaner than when we found them. We leave people with hope and a future. And we love them. And we care for them. And we do things for strangers that could never pay us back. Write this down. The size of the window you give through, write it down. The size of the window you give through is the size of the window you get through. If you don't like what you've been getting, check what you've been giving. The more you give, the more you get. And it's not why you give. But givers gain and takers take. And trust me, you want to be on the side of giving. It is so much more incredible just to give. And a lot of you are like, well, I'm struggling right now, or this or that. A word. Think back to when I was 10 years old. So besides your family, the first couple to ever say nice things to me, my Astros coach. Don't remember the names, but I remember that couple made me feel. When I was around that couple on my Astros team, Little League baseball team, it's like a cricket team or a rugby team or different sports you have here. But the way I felt, they left me better than they found me. They spoke life into me. The Bible says the tongue has the power of life and death. You ever have any relatives that use their tongue for the power of death? You ever had friends, oh, that'll never work, that'll never work. Be careful who you hang out with. Be careful. Tony Robbins says proximity is power. And you guys are the ones, there are a lot of other people who could have been here. You got in airplanes. You got on trains. You got on cars and you drove. You did what it took to get here. I was that guy too. And I took notes like my life depended on it. Let me give you a hint. Ready? Your life depends on it. The quality of your life will rise to the quality of questions you ask yourself. Like that hill you're climbing, should you even be climbing it? Your ladder's going up, should you even be climbing that ladder? Maybe you should be going over here. So apply what you learn. Okay, I'm going to get into number one. That was all the warm-up. You guys ready? We're getting into number one. Let's play the video. Do you have that video I asked you? I sent you 3 days ago. I forgot to tell you I was going to play it, but I think he's got it queued up. Okay, we're going to play a short video here. And I just want to kind of set the table with a few thoughts, and Rob will pull that up.
Ferrari wants asked Alfa Romeo for a job. They rejected him. So he built Ferrari, today worth over $79 billion. Years later, a man named Ferruccio Lamborghini gave Enzo advice about his cars. Ferrari mocked him, so he built Lamborghini, now one of the most iconic sports cars in the world. Then came Horacio Pagani, working for Lamborghini. He asked to build cars entirely out of carbon fiber. They said no. So he left and created Pagani, building some of the most stunning hypercars the world has ever seen. Years later, a man named John Hennessy reached out to Pagani asking for engines that could break speed records. Pagani declined. So Hennessy built his own and launched Hennessy Performance, making some of the fastest production cars on Earth. Every rejection is a chance to build something greater. If they say no, good.
Come on! I saw that. I'm like, this is who we're talking to. You know when things get real? When someone says it can't be done. Like, I don't think you can do it. When people say that to me, it's like, oh, baby, you said that to the wrong person. Because I'm the dishwasher. I'm the busboy. I'm the one who mowed lawns. I'm the one who collected aluminum cans. I collected newspapers and sold them. I washed windows. I work like a dog. I know how to scrap. I know how to be gritty. Do you have grit? Do you have internal fiber and fortitude? Because life will not be easy. There are 3 rules of life. Number 1, life isn't easy. Write it down. It's not easy. Just get it over with. Life is not easy. Number 2, you're entitled to nothing. You're not entitled to health care. You're not entitled to a college education. Stop thinking you're entitled to anything. 0. And number 3, no one's coming to rescue you. I can't build this for you. You gotta want it so bad you can taste it. Is it money? Is it a Ferrari? Is it a castle? Is it a chalet in the beautiful Swiss Alps, the French Alps we saw there? No. It's about contribution. It's about being a history maker. It's about being a change agent or an agent of change. It's about making a difference in this world. It's about who's there for you at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're in your darkest hour. And you know you can call them and they're going to be right there. And who are you that person for? Who can call you at 3 or 4 in the morning? It's darkest before the dawn. Who can you depend on? Because you've poured into them and you've loved them and there's no financial benefit. If you're just doing things for financial benefit, check your motives. I mean, we got to make money. It's okay. I get excited to make money. I'm not saying I'm against that. But what I'm saying is, the more you invest in people and love and serve, the higher quality of your life. That's the intangibles. The homes, the cars, the money, the travel. It's all wonderful. It's all great. I like nice things too. Okay? You guys with me? Yeah. All right. So let's get started. Number 1. I know I said that. So number 1, getting started. Okay? I don't know. I like to warm up and bounce around a little bit. Okay? Number 1, getting started. Write this down. Decide what you want. Write it down. What is it you want? Do you want to be a luxury agent? Do you want to be a commercial agent, like my friend Didier? Did I say that right? Yeah, that's right. Close enough. Didier. You know, I co-sponsor with him. I do projects with him. Like, I don't know anything about selling a $22 million resort. Well, he does. Work with him. Work with each other. Help each other. You have a mountaineering client, and they're doing this and that and that. He'll relate to him better than you will. Like, do a deal with each other. Work with each other. You don't have to be in each other's groups. Love each other. The secret to life is loving and giving and caring. You won't be depressed. You won't be lonely because you've given. You lay your life down for another. That's the amazing thing. So number 1, decide what you want. Do you want to do luxury? You want to do commercial? You want to do residential? Do you want to sell 30 homes a year, 100 homes a year, 300 homes a year? What is it you want? Now, I went through decades of all those things, right? First, I just wanted to sell 30 homes a year. Like, how in the world does anyone sell 30 estate properties a year? I remember thinking, it's impossible. I mean, I was young. I was 30 years old, just gotten into real estate. Then I hit that goal. Then I got around people who were selling 300. Proximity is power. I went, wow. And I came and I took notes and I went for years. I studied them. All of a sudden, 5-6 years later, I was selling 400 homes a year. I became the #1 RE/MAX agent in California. California is the 8th largest economy in the world. And there were 10,000 RE/MAX agents there. And I outsold them all. Because I am a student of life. Write that down. Are you a student of life? Are you? Are you a student of life? Because if not, you will pay the dumb tax. What is the dumb tax? It is a painful, painful tax. A, you don't save for your taxes. B, you don't invest in other people. C, you focus on what your spouse does or your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife does. That drives you crazy. Or your teenage son or daughter, and you just nitpick them and nitpick them. It's like water torture, just right there. Pretty soon, they don't want to talk to you anymore. Pretty soon, your relationship exploded. It's because you made a conscious decision or an unconscious decision to focus on what drives you crazy. EXP is not perfect. Your spouse is not perfect, and you are not perfect. I am not perfect. I'm a flawed human being. I make mistakes, and I say I'm sorry a lot. And I get on my knees, and I plead to God to give me direction and to guide me. And those are some healthy things. So #1, decide what you want. I decided I was just ready for agent attraction. People said I was an overnight success. I was 22 years in real estate before I got an EXP. And I decided I don't want to sell 400 homes a year. I don't want to be a commercial agent. I don't want to be a luxury agent. I don't want to, that's for me. I was just ready for me. I'm not saying my goal was any different than yours. I think your goal of four agents a year is awesome. When I got an EXP, I just wanted to sponsor 10 or 15 that year. That was it. And I was all about agent attraction. Also, it's peak to peak. Who's the climber? Our climber friend, right? Sam? He did Mount Blanc. And now he wants to climb what? The Matterhorn. Probably a little higher. And for that, he'll want to climb Mount Fuji, I bet. And then Everest. It's peak to peak. I can't see Everest right now. Can you see Mount Blanc? I can see Mount Blanc. In California, we call it Shasta Mountain. It's our steepest. It's our Mount Blanc or our Matterhorn in California. It's Shasta. Someone just slid off at 2,000 feet to their death. I mean, it's steep too. And so, but it's peak to peak. Do what you can see. You know, like, I don't know if I could ever do 60 or 80 or neither could I. But I thought I could do 10 or 15. And then maybe they'd tell some people, at the end of year 1, I'd have 80 to 100 agents. Like you have, 62 agents. I could see that, hopefully, maybe. And I went after that. And then all of a sudden, I'm going to teach you what I did. I ended up doing 25 in 5 months, not 10 to 15 in a year. Write this down. If you build it hard, it's easy. If you try to build it easy, it's really hard. When I was a breakfast cook, when I made it from the dish room and busting tables to being a breakfast cook, I would grab 1 egg. I was 19 years old, never cracked eggs in my life. We just didn't eat eggs. We had cereal and cold milk. That's what we had. We didn't have eggs at my house. So I had to learn how to crack an egg. You ever seen a child crack an egg? Have you? It's awkward for them, right? The egg, here's the dish, you crack it, you got to hit it pretty good, but not too hard, and then you twist your fingers, and the yolk falls out, and you go, whoop, and then you feel the shell over here. Boom, 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 boom. Grab the egg, crack it, boom, and boom, 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 boom. And it's awkward and then after a while, you get better, and pretty soon, as you're an adult, you're proficient. You just crack it, done. Occasionally, you get a shell in there. Well, guess what? I had to crack 3,000 eggs every morning. So I had to learn how to do that. Then I go, well, that's taking me forever. 3,000 eggs, one at a time, 5-gallon bucket. So I had to do 2 hands at once. Can you hold this for me? So I had to do 2 at once. I had to grab cartons. I had to grab an egg in each hand, crack it on the 5-gallon bucket, whoosh, and throw them. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. I remember that. So I'm like, well, that's taking forever. What if I grab 2? My left hand was less cord, so I grabbed 2 eggs. I go, and I go, whoosh, drop them, and then throw the things, and I had 1. Then pretty soon I go, well, maybe I could do 2 in this hand. I had 2 and 2. I grab 2, crack, whoosh, throw. Boom, 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 boom. And pretty soon, instead of taking me hours to crack 3,000 eggs, I could do it like in 25 minutes. You could do anything you set your mind to. If you just set your mind to it and you did what my friend Tony Robbins called massive action. Massive action creates results. Here's what people do. Ready? Look at me. They live a life of they do this. They kind of get some momentum. Here's the life of real estate agents. Commercial luxury. I'm excited. I'm depressed. I'm excited. I'm depressed. I'm excited. I'm depressed. I'm excited. I'm depressed. I'm excited. Why? They stop and start. Stop and stop. Start and start. What if you just put the hammer down and you invert that learning curve and you go like this? He's the ping pong champion of Arizona, paddleboard champion, because he probably played every single day for a while. Did you? Maybe 2 and 3 times a day sometimes. Did you? Hours. And did you become proficient? Yep. Mountaineering. If we all went with him every single day and started climbing weeks, months, we all become proficient at mountaineering. It doesn't matter what your sport is or what your game is with AI. If we did it every day, if you just do AI every day for 30 minutes, you're going to be a completely different person in 30 days. Just in 30 days. It's daily disciplines that make the difference. So decide what you want. So number 2, focus. Focus. Write this down. Is this a hobby to you? Or do you want to get serious? Do you know that hobbies cost you money? You know, Didier. Sorry, DDA. People buy, they couldn't wait to give money for those snow skis. Costs some money. Skiing's a hobby for a lot of people. Costs some money. Skiing's not cheap. Golf. Some people call the golf 2 or 3 times a month, 2 or 3 times a year. They got to buy the golf clubs, $2,500, 2,500 euros, and then you got to pay for the round of golf, depending on where you are. We were somewhere pretty nice. I think it was $800 with the clubs and the rentals just the other day. Hobbies cost you money. But if you want to get serious, you can actually make money. You can go from someone who's a hobbyist to actually making money. Write this down. Your choice, amateur or pro. Do you deserve to make pro money in EXP? Have you applied yourself like you have? And I hate to use you, but we just heard you, Sam. Like you, and obviously the way he shared his notes is super impressed. But have you applied yourself to what your goals are? And if your goals are to do luxury, I'm all for that. If your goal is to do commercial and sell $22 million resorts, I am all for that. It's not my goals, it's your goals. I was done with that after 5,000 transactions I've been a part of. And it was great. I love people. I could go back to it. But I found I used to provide for me and mine when I was selling all that real estate. I didn't even know you guys. I had no reason to know you guys. I never would have known Steve. Never would have really gotten to know Gene. I could just go do my own thing. But if you're going to make it at EXP, you have to be like this, man. You have to pour into others. You have to rally the troops. You have to make a difference and change people's lives. He has changed people's lives. He's not perfect. I'm not perfect. He's got funky quirks. I have funky quirks. But I love this man. He's got a heart of gold. He has a good heart. You get to know him. He really cares. It's pretty cool. And so, time to go pro. So here's your first steps. Ready? Write this down. First steps. Number 3, make a list of 200 plus names. You don't have a choice. Figure it out. Go to your phone. I don't know 200 agents. Well, that's your first mistake. I sponsored Vincent. He knew nothing about real estate. Didn't want to do real estate. I made him watch the video. Made him, because we've been friends for 30 years. I said, you're going to watch this. How long have we been friends? 30 years. I go, you know why you're going to watch it? Because I said so. Because we've been friends for 30 years. If you asked me to watch something, I would watch it. So shut up, sit down, and you're going to watch it. Some of you are too nice. That's how I talk to my friends. Shut up, sit down, you're watching this. These are your close friends. But no, shut up, watch the video. Today, Steve is in his business. How many like Steve in your business? Anybody? Steve's in Vincent's business. That's how I ended up with Steve, because I told my friend of 30 years to shut up and watch the video. He says, I don't want to do real estate. I said, you don't have to do real estate. That wasn't quite like this, but I'm going, Vincent, how long have you been friends? 30 years. I go, you're going to watch the video because I'm asking you to watch the video. He goes, okay. I had another friend. He owned a body shop. I said, make a list of 200 names. I didn't set to be agents. He owned a body shop, Bondo, painting cars. What they do with real estate. Very blue collar guy. And I said, hey, I want to show you something. He goes, yeah, real estate, not interested, not my thing, not even close, not just. I go, Rick, when your wife sold those vitamins, who bought them from her? He goes, well, you did. When you were selling Mona V, the grape juice that gets rid of your wrinkles and keeps you antioxidant. Remember Mona V? I don't know if you guys remember that product. Who bought that from you? As you did. I go, Rick, you're going to watch my video. You're absolutely going to watch my video. So you guys are too nice. And you're like, okay. I had other people who lent you their car for a month. You did. A month! Tom Pullman, you're going to watch my video. And you guys got to call in some favors. I go, I have loved you. I've been there. I go, you could leave. You don't have to do this. But you sure as heck going to look at it. Because we're friends and I have loved you, and this is a simple request. I'm like, okay, Gove. And then I go sit with them, hand them a bagel and a cup of coffee, and we'd watch it together. I didn't send it to them. Very important. You guys send the dumb video. Don't send the video. You watch it with them. Did you go list a $22 million resort? Here's my email thing. Let me know if you want me to list a resort. Did you go walk the resort? Did you those chalets in the French Alps? Did you just here's an email and let me know if you want? Or did you go walk the chalet, see the chalet, hear what they've done, walk the property? Watching the video is like a listing presentation or a mandate, as you guys call them. We don't call them mandates, but it's like you go walk the property. And so I would watch the video, press play. Gene would do what Gene does. And he had a different way of doing it. But that's really important that you understand that. So make a list of 200 names. So who are these 200 people? Write this down. A, they have good energy. Their star is pointed north. They're not Eeyores. Anybody, I don't know, in America we have something called Winnie the Pooh. It's a child's book. Do you guys know what that is in Europe? Is that popular here? Remember the character? Not Pooh Bear. Everyone loves Pooh Bear, right? Eeyore. Remember Eeyore? I don't know. Probably not going to happen. He's got low energy. They have good energy. They're positive. They're going somewhere with their life. I don't care if they're in real estate. I don't care if they run a snow cone shop in Paris. I don't care if they sell chocolates in Barcelona. I don't care if they're ski instructors in the French Alps. I don't care who they are. I want a list of 200 names. I made that list the first night because I can follow instructions. I am coachable. I am teachable. And I'm passionate. And they said, make a list of 200 names. Done. Some of you haven't done it yet. You've heard it and heard it. You haven't done it. Go to your phone. I'm with the A's. Albert, Andrew, Andy, Andrea, Alyssa. I'm like, can't even remember. Oh, Andy. I haven't talked to Andy in 10 years. Put him on the list. Andy, I haven't talked to you in 10 years. How are you? Well, that'll be weird. It's only weird because you think it's weird. He'll be glad to hear from you. And I guess I never got past G's. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. If your name was past G, I've never called you about XP. That's done. Sponsor 25 people. Start, middle, end. There's a finish line. In real estate, sold 100 homes. Next year, did it again. Next year, did it again. Sold hundreds. Next year, did it again. Because guess what? You could sell resorts. You pay great money. And how much did you make last year? I made €1,005,000. Woo, pretty good. How are you going to make that next year? I have to go find new resorts. I got to go make, and I'm not knocking it. It was great. But I listed 25 agents. When you list a resort or get a mandate, you're selling yourself. I'm the guy. I'm the gal. I can help you. You're making a sale. You're convincing them to do a mandate with you. Same thing with the agents. I convinced agents to leave Century 21, to leave Remax. I convinced them. I sold them on I was going to help them with Gene, with my sponsor Sheila, with my team. We're going to help you. They watched the video, and I'll get into that, but guess what? 25 sales. 5,000 home sales. You know what that'll pay me the next 20 years? Nothing. ROI. Write this down. ROI. The ROI, return on investment for 5. You know how much time that took? Decades. Many, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Worked hard. And the return on investment is 0. So I go, you know what? I'm going to do both. I'm going to do sales, and I'm going to do this agent attraction thing. So the first thing was miss the list of 200 names. I mean, if you don't do it tonight, I don't know what to tell you. Open your phone, A's, B's, C's, D's. You won't get past M, you'll have a list of 200 names. They don't have to be in real estate. Okay? That'll set you free. They watched the video, and they said, I don't want to do real estate. I go, don't do real estate, just watch the video. And by the way, Rick, you watched the video? He has hundreds of agents now. He has over $1 billion a year in sales. He knows nothing about real estate. Vincent, how often does Vincent help you, Steve?
Vincent? Never. I never speak to him.
And he's got this huge, massive business. You know what Vincent does? How many want to know what he does? He bought a 37-foot executive motorhome. It's beautiful. Bought it 2 years old used, so the person drove it off the lot, and they lost 50% of the value. He bought it here, paid cash for it, and he drives around America and visits all the beautiful sights and scenes, has a Jeep behind it, and he's retired. That's what Vincent does. And you know what you know how much help he gave? Never. And he has that. One person can change your life. Okay. Pick a day. I did Fridays from 2 to 5. I know another gentleman, he did Sunday nights from 5 to 8. Maybe you do Wednesdays from 9 to noon. I don't know, but I picked 3 hours. I compartmentalized, and I made outbound phone calls to people. I text them, Gene, you got a second? Steve, you got a check? Yeah, what's up? I'd say, I want to have coffee next week, and I'd meet with them and play the video, and I bring them coffee and a bagel or a croissant, whatever you want to say here. Number 5. Is this compartmentalize. Compartmentalize. What's that mean? Now, Gene did what? What did Gene do? Anybody remember what his day was like? 10, 1, and 3. I didn't do that. I was on listing appointments every day, sometimes 2 a day. I had to sell. He wasn't in sales, so I didn't do 10, 1, and 3. I had a real estate appointments. I'm selling luxury, I'm selling buildings, I'm selling commercial, I'm doing these things. So what I did was, okay, how do I fit this in? I'm busy. I got 8 kids. I got an 18 agent team, doing $100 million a year in sales. I'm busy. I'm happy. But I go, well, 7:30 a.m. So it's 7:30 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday, Tuesday. Without fail, I would meet somebody and press play. They go, well, tell me about EXP. I go, nope, press play. It was duplicatable, and they would watch the video, and then we'd talk. And they'd interrupt me inevitably during the video to hit pause. They'd go, what about this? I go, oh, they're about to answer that in the video. Oh, okay, press play. And 10 minutes later, what about this? Oh, they're about to answer that. Press play. And I'd make them watch this. The video has a momentum. I didn't let them interrupt the momentum. It's like a mandate presentation, a listing presentation. You have a flow. Once you become proficient, there's a flow. You don't want to interrupt the mojo. And so that's what I did. And then I did real estate the rest of the day. Now, not everyone could meet me at 7:30 in the morning. Sometimes it was 6:30 in the morning. Sometimes it was 5:30 in the morning. Well, that's kind of extreme. What do you do? Sleep? Get up. It's your life we're talking about. Meet them at 5:30. Meet them at 6:30. Meet them at 7:30. There's a few people, we got kids. We got to get them ready for school. We cannot do that. So I reserve Tuesdays and Thursdays for lunch. I like to do 7:30 for their days got crazy because I'd ask them to put their phones on airplane mode. I'm in control. When I'm on a mandate at someone's ski chalet at their building, they may think they're in control. I'm 1,000% in control. So I've done it 5,000 times. I know exactly what's going to happen. I know how it's going to happen. They'll say, well, hey, sit down and tell me what my chalet's worth. You don't sit down and tell them what it's worth. You haven't built enough rapport with them yet. I learned to say, well, I couldn't possibly tell you what it's worth till I've seen it. Can you give me a quick little tour for 5 or 10 minutes? We end up walking around for 30 minutes, an hour, and building rapport. And getting them to know, like, and trust me. Know, like, and trust me. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. So we're building that rapport. Same thing on the listening presentation. We're going to watch the video. We're going to break bread. Croissant or the bagel or a breakfast sandwich or anything. At lunch, soup and a salad. We're breaking bread. We're having something to drink. And I said, let's put our phones on airplane mode. This is short. It's brilliant. How long is it? It's short and brilliant. But exactly how long is it, Sam? I go, look, if you're bored after 5 minutes, I'll just turn it off. It's short and brilliant. I don't know, but it's great. You're going to love it. Press play. I never told him how long the video was. It was 1 hour and 10 minutes long. Well, it's not that short. Yes, it is. Compared to an 8-hour video, it's very short. It all depends upon what you're comparing it to. I'm not going to let them go. I don't have an hour. If you just said, will you watch my video for an hour on the solar company? I'm not going to watch your video for an hour on a solar company. I never say, can we meet for an hour? I go, can we just meet for, a cup of coffee? I don't ask them for time. Can you set aside an hour next week? I would have told you no. Can you meet me for coffee next week? Of course. And if I ask for the appointment next week, the answer is always yes. That's why I did it on Fridays. This week I'm slammed. I'm stressed. I go, hey, can we grab coffee next? Oh, yeah. Next week's like a whole new world. It's a whole new world. Yeah, sure. Coffee next week, 7:30. You're not stressed at 7:30. No one's blowing up your phone. No emails. You're focused. I like 7:30. Now, he did it different. He had great results. 10, 1, and 3. There's different ways to do it. He had his napkin presentation. Different ways to do it. I like the video. That's what I did. Yeah, he didn't have a video. He had to. That's why he was like a caveman. He invented the wheel. You know, we took his napkin presentation and made the video from his napkin presentation. Good point. Yeah, there was no video. So you could be a victim or victorious. You could say, well, we don't have what they have in America here. And we didn't have what we had in America when we started. We didn't have health care. We didn't have this awesome, amazing system with all these bells and whistles. When someone wanted to join me, Teo, and you wanted to sign up, it was 3 weeks to get you into EXP. 3 weeks. Remember that? They couldn't even process you for 3 weeks, and your broker would find out, kick you out of your business. You had no access to the MLS for 3 weeks. It was miserable. Wish I could have been there in the beginning, really. It was miserable. In the beginning, in South Africa, super easy, no problems. Everyone got paid on time. There were no issues, right, Steve?
Total chaos.
Total chaos. Victim or victorious? Okay, so pick a day to make the calls and then pick a time, compartmentalize. For me, Monday through Thursday, 7:30, lunches Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you add that up, I'm showing it 6 times a week, times 4 is 24 times a month. On a 5-week month, how many times I show it? 30. So I'm exposing the concept, the model, to 24 to 30 people a month. How many people I sponsor every month? 5. Wasn't even that good. 19 to 25 told me no every month. Not now, maybe later. They just got pregnant. They just got cancer. They just got over cancer. They just had a baby. They just got divorced. They just got married. They just joined Coldwell Banker. They just joined Compass. They just left Compass. I just joined this new bro. They had their reasons. Doesn't matter. I love them. I was not mad at them. But I just look for ones who Gene said their gates were open. And they're like, oh my gosh, I couldn't sleep last night. Those are the 25 I sponsored. If they like to split, I didn't sponsor them. If they like the stock, I didn't sponsor them. If they like the culture and the training, I didn't sponsor them. I only sponsored the ones who said I couldn't sleep last night. Couldn't stop thinking about that revenue share. Those are the only ones I would sponsor. They didn't have to know anything about real estate. They just had to have some grit, some fire in the belly, man. And the rest is easy. What I can't teach is grit and fire in the belly. And I believe I'm talking to a group. I had it. This is me. I've always been on my knees before God. I remember I built a huge business when I was 19. And in this rickety, rackety old shack I rented, the floor was falling out of the bathroom. You could see the ground. If you stepped over there, it would probably just break through. And it was above raised foundation. It was a shack, and it had paned windows, like really old ones where the paint's flaking and it should be torn down. And the moonlight would come through, and it'd hit the window panes and put a cross right there on the carpet. I'd be on my knees praying to God to not bless me, and give me, but God, your will be done in my life. And he totally honored that in my life. I asked for him to guide me. I asked him to empower me, to strengthen me. But I prayed. I said, God, if you don't want Debs or Nikki at EXP, God, keep them at Compass. Keep them at Sotheby's. I want your will for their life, not mine. And he honored that in my life. I built a huge business at 19 to 23. And then I took credit for that. I went bankrupt at 29. I did. I took full-on credit. Like, I'm so awesome. Why can't people be more like me? I learned a lesson. And I was self-adulating. Like, I was a young kid, super successful, making crazy money. And one day I kind of forgot that God did that for me. And he like any dad, he humbled me. And I'm glad for it. I didn't enjoy going bankrupt at 29. I didn't enjoy standing before a Superior Court judge in California and declaring bankruptcy after being super successful. This is the best thing that ever happened to me. The unanswered prayers. Think of that man you wanted to marry, that woman you wanted to marry, and then you meet him 30 years later, like, thank you, God, for not answering that prayer. But back then it was devastating, right? And so you got to trust the Lord. I'll tell you that to that. So last page and we're done. Look at that. So yeah, thank you, Evan. So we did a weekly lunch and learn once a week. Rob, remember how we'd pick up the sandwiches and we'd press play, no presentation. By a full sandwich, cut them in half. Everyone gets half a sandwich and a bottle of water. No chips, they're too greasy and they're loud. Paper plate, napkins, keep it simple, duplicatable. Press play, video rolls, the model explained. And then you don't have one in your language, make one. Make one. We didn't have them either. I made one. Rob made one. You made one. You know, if you're not a good presenter, find someone who is. Figure it out. You know, but we played the video and people just come see it again, get a second look, meet other people, and we all came every week whether we had a guest or not because we need each other. Because if this is the week Steve has his big guest and you get but you show up, he's going to meet you. Then next week, you Sebastian, you have your big guest and they didn't, but they showed up. So can you show up for an hour? It's 24 hours a day. We would show up, and some weeks we had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15 guests, and we just got this momentum. That's why my revenue share exploded. That's why within 17 months, it was 100,000 a month euro. And then I go part-time. Like I was working. I had 18 to 28 estates listed or mandates. I had 18 to 28 mandates. Is that the word? Mandates?
South Africa, I don't know about that.
Listings. Estate listings. Yeah. So I go, what would happen if I actually gave this my full attention? And that day, 17, when I hit 100,000, it was 50,000 a month U.S. to take care of euro to take care of my family. Living in California, very expensive, and it cost me 50,000 a month at the office to run the office. You know what 100,000 euros a month maybe? Nothing. It just treading water. Just treading water at 100,000 a month euro. And so, but it let me take my eye off the ball. So I said, no more listings, no more mandates, no more estates. So I started giving them all away. Here, you want a listing? Here you go. 1.7, 1.2, 800,000. I take 50%. We'll partner. But you can have all the signed calls, internet leads, family, friends, neighbors at 100%. And so I stepped away. I bought all my time back, and I focused on you guys, just like Gene did. 8 months later, it doubled to $250,000 a month euro. Would that be amazing? 250,000 euro a month? 8 months. Year and a half later, it doubled again. 500,000 a month euro. Doubled again. You get what you focus on. If you're not getting love, start focusing on love. But be love. Give love. People aren't friendly. People are friendly to me. They smile and wave all the time. Because I smile and wave at them all the time. In Puerto Rico, their natural inclination is not to smile. I walk up and I go, hey, good morning. How are you? To jump back, go, oh, hi. I love to freak them out in Puerto Rico. There's just a lot of them. They just walk by the very thing. I go, hey, good morning. They go, oh, good morning. Man, where I'm walking through, baby, I'm a ball of light. I'm a beacon of hope. People aren't bringing me to their side of the fence. Negative, this, that. Trump's an a-hole. The Prime Minister of UK's an a-hole. Netanyahu's an a-hole. Hamas is an a-hole. Putin's an a-hole. I'm not going there. I'm going love. I mean, they may be, certain people may be whatever. But I'm staying positive. I'm looking at a brighter future. I'm going to give. I'm going to love. I'm not going to dwell. It'll take you down. You can't afford it. Read books, not the news. Read 10X is better than 2X. Read The Road Less Stupid. A friend of mine just challenged me to listen to it. I just listened to the first 3 chapters. Amazing. The Road Less Stupid. It's about not paying the dumb tax in relationships. Not paying the dumb tax in your business. Not making poor financial decisions. It's such a good book. Get it on Audible and listen to it. Number 7, I only have 10 points. Number 7, follow up and follow through. Follow up every 24 to 48 hours. I'll call you next week. You'll never make it. Every 24, hey, let's meet for 5 or 10 minutes tomorrow. I want to introduce you to somebody. Let's meet for 5 or 10 minutes Friday. I want to introduce you to Gene Frederick. I want to introduce you to Steven, my partner. Not your upline, your crossline. You don't have downlines. Never say the word downline ever in your life. Lose the word downline. It's a negative term. You have an organization. You have a sales organization. You have business partners. Use the word partner, not sponsor if you can avoid it. Number 8, monthly events. Value, value, value. Steve did a great job of displaying how they would do monthly events. Number 9, what's the key? Energy, love, passion, care, getting on your knees, struggle, asking for help. Those are all keys. Number 10, major events are the way to succeed. They're the key to success. You can't be the only one with the vision. Like, you guys came here and got a vision. You heard things that people didn't get. You know what changed in the people's lives who didn't come here? Nothing. And when you skip EXPCon this July in Paris because it's a bad time, you're the one losing. And you didn't get your people there, they're losing. What's hard? It's vacation. I don't care. Take a vacation to Paris. Leave a day late. Move your vacation time. Let them know now so they can plan their vacations around it. Either, okay, if you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. I can't get a big turnout at EXPCon Paris in July because everybody's gone. Okay, you win. Your life sucks. Your business didn't try. If you argue for your limitations, you get to keep them. I'm not shy. I'm not going. I can't look people in the eye and go, hey, I'm Brent. How are you? I can't do. Yeah, you can. You can do that. You can be light. You can get off the wall, not be a wallflower. You can go up to someone and say, I'm so sorry. What's your name again? I forgot your name. Oh, is it, what was your name?
Cindy.
Cindy, Brent Gove. How are you? I know Cindy really well. It's Rob's wife. But go. Otherwise, if you don't do that, you'll see Cindy. We'll look at each other and you go, that's it. And you'll give them a little nod. Because it's okay to say, I'm so sorry. I really want to get your name. What was it again? What's your name again? Samuel, Brent Gove. We met years ago in Barcelona. Don't go, hey, how you doing? I think I know that guy. Go up and talk to him. People like it. Do you like when people go? And they go, you know what? I couldn't remember your name, Teo, but I really wanted, you left an impression on me. Nikki left an impression on me. I was so impressed. That's what Sheila said to me years later. I didn't even remember her. And so that's really important. You need people to take that 12-inch journey from their head to their heart. Events like this, events like Cabo, Build Cape Town, the Build we're going to do in Paris. This is where it is, but you got to get people there. I convinced 19 people to fly from the West Coast to the East Coast of the United States. 7 hours of flight time. 19 on my front line, and my business exploded. If there's one thing I did, that was it. So I don't know who this is for, but I do an event in March in Cabo. It's our premier event. The superstars, the elite superstars of BXP will be there. It's in Cabo. Wild Horses would have kept me away. March 3rd through the 8th. It's $697. If you register this weekend, it's $597. There it is. Yeah, leave it quiet. You can just let it run behind me. This is the Cabo event. Super fun. We rent yachts and we have a good time. It's at the Hyatt Ziva, and it looks like a big party. We have Tom Ferry's probably the #1 speaker in the world for real estate. Pace Morby, the most incredible guy. Gary and Sage Brecka, amazing. They're changing lives. We have a women's breakout panel for 2 hours with the biggest superstars in real estate. There's my wife there on the left. VIP tickets, wherever you want. You get a regular ticket for like $597 though. It says $697. If you type early 25, you can get a ticket. But you should be there and bring people. That's a long way. There it is, early 25 at the register. Gets you $100 off, $200 a couple if you're going. But yeah.
Is it the first time? Cabo?
No, we've been doing Cabo. This is our Super Bowl event. This is the World Cup. To put it in your world. Like the World Cup is a big deal, yes? This is the World Cup for EXP. The elite superstars, the who's who. Lizna and Daniel, two of his biggest leaders in his company, went last year. How powerful was it for them?
Yeah, she has completely transformed. I mean, she was on fire before she came, but all of those AHA events, everything she's doing has come out of Cabo. She is on fire.
You guys should be there. I'm just telling you should be there. Get a ticket, figure it out, go. If you sell a motorcycle, sell a child, do what you got to do to get there. I'm just kidding. Don't sell a child. Okay.
One per year?
It's once a year. We do Cabo, and we have about 1,100 people coming in. It sells out every year. It's going to be amazing. Don't miss it. Can you pull up my first? I'm just going to go real quick through a couple things. I just want to show you the slides. Yeah, I'm just going to do something super fast. Like this will take about 2 minutes. Is it? Good. Rob's doing a little switchola. This is me when I was a Keller Williams agent checking out EXP. I'm a guest. Just like you guys. This is my first. I'm not with EXP. I'm checking. Go next slide. And then there's Rob Flick. There's Jean, who sponsored Rob, who sponsored Sheila. I'm sure Sheila's in this room somewhere. I don't see her. And the 80,000 people came from this hotel room. It's a king-size bed, Rock the Comma party. There's the founder, Glenn Sanford, 9 years ago. Jason Guessing, our CEO. But I'm there checking it out. I go, hey, can I get a picture? I brought Barry. He ran a property management company. I brought James. He ran my office. And I bought them tickets. I said, we're going. You guys be negative. Tear it apart. Let's find the fly in the ointment. And we did it. There's my questions I wrote on the airplane. Recruiting, what about an office? What about exit row? What about connect? What about commissions? What about, all these things. I had just jotted down some questions. This guy had like 88 people in his group. I'm like, wow. It'd be like meeting Teo. 62 people. Like, oh my gosh. I had 18 agent team. I couldn't imagine having 88. And Pat Hayes. And it was amazing. So I got my picture with him. Years later, I met him. He says, I never met you in my life. I pulled out this picture and he goes, oops, sorry. Guess we did meet. Go ahead. Next page. There's my very first meeting, bringing my team over. We got our mortgage brokers here. We had our title people here. We had our home inspectors here. We had our photographers here. We had our stagers here. And we had everyone come. And I played the video. And I already won over. She's holding court with everybody. I already won her over. She was my number one agent. I won over my number one agents. I had 5 of my 18. I won them all over. They convinced my group to come. It wasn't even me. They're all looking at her. I just turned around and snapped a quick photo. I go, oh, yeah, baby, it's on. We're Keller Williams agents. This is the first day at my new office. I rented one from Regis. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 desks. And there were like a ton of us in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's people over here. We had 9 or 10 people in there. We're just business as usual. The very next morning, EXP, next slide. Title company sent us, said, congratulations. We were Keller Williams the day before, EXP this day. I'm like, oh yeah, baby, it's on. There's my first meeting. Everybody's there. There's 1 o'clock in the morning. We moved into that office at 1 a.m. Quietly out of our old office. There's James, I'm my office manager. We're excited. We're tired. It's late, but like we did it. We escaped Keller Williams. Next slide. This was a Keller Williams trainer. He told me absolutely not. I know all about EXP. I've seen the stock, rev share, got it all. I looked at him and said, so you've seen the 5-year plan, how to make $3.1 million a year. You've seen that, and you're not interested. He goes, what's that? I go, you don't know anything. He's like, what do you mean I don't know? I've talked to 12 people at EXP. I go, no, time out. You haven't seen the 5-year plan, how to make $3.1 million a year? And he goes, well, no. I go, then you haven't seen what I've seen. You don't know anything about EXP. He goes, fine, I'll bite. I went over there, drove 2 hours to his house on a Friday night in Bay Area traffic. It's the worst traffic on the planet, San Francisco. And I played the video. We got done. He hugged me. He goes, why didn't people show me the video? I said, can I get a picture? I always photograph moments. He ended up recruiting thousands and thousands and thousands of agents. Real estate trainer. I have another leg with 10,000 people in it. Real estate trainer. Real estate trainers are the best people ever. They know a lot of people. Here were my goals. I said I'm a simple guy. Simple scales, fancy fails. I just took it down. This is my first 40 people. I'm a Keller Williams agent. I turned the notepad sideways. I still have them. I love notepads. This is my CRM. You're looking at my doggone CRM right there. I turned it sideways. I am with Keller Williams. I'm not with EXP. I said, oh, Jeff and Marcy, you'd be interested? Marguerite, Ron, 2 lenders. Ron's a lender. Rich is a lender. Frank's the manager for RE/MAX. He managed 5 RE/MAX offices. Chris Okamura, Berkshire Hathaway. Randy Bird just bought a Next Home franchise. Cliff Freeman, real estate coach. Rick Jiha, real estate coach. Mike Renee selling 70 homes a year for Keller Williams. I just started. Some people didn't work out. That's what whiteout's for. You know what I mean? And there it is. You had to sponsor 40 and unlock all 7 levels. I was the first person in the history of EXP to do it. I unlocked all 7 levels. I made a fortune. Focus. I wrote goals back in 2017. I'm going to have 50 sponsored by then, 75, I'll have 100, 1,500, 2,100, 2,900, 3,900, 58. Guess what? I hit every one of those goals. We have over 40,000 people in my group now. When I did it, I didn't even have 100. Have you written out your vision? Like, I had to just go for it. I signed my name like I was signing the French Revolution documents. I dated this sucker. This is at my office on the wall under lights, like it's a Louvre, like it's some important document. There they are. That's the frame. They're framed. They're in glass. It's all come to pass, except for this last one. I'm missing the 100,000 agents. But I have till what year? So I planned 12 years ahead. Have you planned? What's your life look like in 12 years? What's it look like? What's your life look like? I went from 2017, or this was 19. I went ahead a few years. I started in 17, and then I shot way ahead. 10 years ahead from 2019 to 2029. Dream a little. Dare. What could it look like? Next slide. And then I pulled people together. This is an Italian restaurant in where I live, Northern California. We got together and broke bread and had a meal. Half these people are guests, and the other half are in EXP. And we took a picture in the moment. It was very special. Roaring fireplace out on the patio, special evening. Go ahead. Next slide. Then I would take Tony Robbins 2 weeks after joining EXP. There's Tony Robbins on stage. And then it's all about achieving things in your life. And that was, I shot that video. It was crazy. I'm like, yeah, EXP, we're going to do it. Next slide. And then there it is. I sponsored 57 agents. I led to 9,000 agents. How many agents do you have now?
986.
Yeah, you're right there. I remember at 999, and we're watching it, and then it was click 1,000. I don't know why I have that one. Monthly revenue share, not bad. Last month before was 152,000 for the month. And then it grew. You know, we started adding 351 agents a month. Revenue share was cranking in at 200,000 a month. And then it shot up to 500,000 a month. You can't stop it. It's not about you. It's about your ability to love. Are you building the love boat or aren't you? Are you the captain of the love boat? Are you? People are attracted to love and genuine care. Like, you can't fake authenticity. I'm up here being as raw and real as I can. Then I drew it out. There's a swing over 12,000 agents, over 5,000 agents. They have 4,000 now. He's got like 1,500. Randy and Kirsty, on and on and on. I wrote the number of agents, and then Joey and Sophia, they have 226. My goal is 500. Rich Henderson has 220. Loan officer. My goal is 500. Frank and Mary, manager for Remax, 5 offices. My goal was 600, 322. I wrote out all these goals. And so it just goes. These are people I'm getting to events. 30 frontline agents. And I go, I need to give a call to Mike Cabras. I need to call Steve Lancey. I need to call Beth Bernard. I need to call Randy Bird. And I made a list up to 56 people frontline. You want a vineyard? You better plant more than one vine. 2 vines. I put 56 vines in the ground, produced a huge thing, but I was very focused. This is my CRM. I keep it simple. This rode with me everywhere. Next page. And then the rewards come. Traveling the world with your buddies, having a blast. This is where we live in Puerto Rico. This is a blast. This hole number 1, you have to kind of hit the ball in the nook. It's really hard, but it's fun. And then I'm going to read this to you. I do not choose to be a common man. It is my right to be uncommon if I can. I seek opportunity, not security. I do not wish to be a kept citizen, humbled and doled by having the state look after me. I want to take the calculated risk, to dream and to build, to fail and to succeed. I refuse to barter incentive for a dole. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will not trade freedom for beneficence, nor dignity for a handout. It is my heritage to think and to act for myself, enjoy the benefit of my creation, and to face the world boldly and say, with God's help, this I have done. And you know who wrote that? We don't know, but that person's a pretty amazing person. That is this. I'm not going to read this to you. It's one of my, take a picture of that one. It's just, this is phenomenal. This, just for the sake of time, I'm going to skip it. Everyone get a quick picture. You got 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got to read this on the airplane. There's my family. I'm missing 2 of the kids, but you see I have a big family, gorgeous family. I'm very blessed. So this is my social media manager. She looks like a social media manager. She's totally into Instagram and stuff like that. She's like, oh, you're into social media. It sucks. It's lame. I got to help you. I'm like, okay. And I pay her, and she puts herself through college, and it all works out. Next slide. That's it. Thanks for having me. This was a great Barcelona build. We'll see you next year. We'll see you in Cabo. Love you guys. Give yourself some hugs. Woo!